Ever pondered on the power of a single thought? How much impact do you reckon your thoughts have on your life? You see, our thoughts have this uncanny ability to shape our reality. They're like the invisible hands that sculpt the clay of our lives. They influence our decisions, stir our emotions, and ultimately set the course of our destinies. Now, let's not get all gloomy and serious. Let's talk pizza. Ever noticed how a simple thought of a cheesy, pepperoni-loaded pizza can lead to an immediate craving? Before you know it, you're dialing up your favorite pizza place, and voila, there's a steaming hot pizza at your doorstep. That, my friends, is the power of thought in action. So you see, thoughts are not just wisps of imagination. They're tangible, they're influential, and they're darn powerful. So friends, the power of our thoughts is not to be underestimated. It's as potent as a slice of pizza on an empty stomach. Now, allow me to share with you a couple of tales that highlight the might of our thoughts. First, there was a fella named Bob, a smart man, talented as a fox in a henhouse. Bob had a knack for painting. He could paint a picture so real, you'd swear the sunflowers were whispering to each other. But Bob, bless his heart, he had a little problem. He was constantly thinking about failure. His mind was like a broken record, always playing the same tune. I'm gonna mess up, I'm gonna mess up. Well, guess what happened? One fine day, Bob was commissioned to paint a mural for the town square. He had the talent, the tools, and the time. But his mind was stuck on that same old track. I'm gonna mess up. And sure enough, when the day of the unveiling came, there was a big old paint splatter right in the middle of the sunset. Poor Bob had let his thoughts of failure manifest into a reality. Now let's consider another story, a happier one, about a lady named Sue. Sue was a baker, and she made the best apple pies you ever did taste. But Sue, unlike Bob, always thought positively. Even when her oven broke down on the busiest day of the year, Sue didn't panic. She just said to herself, I can handle this. And wouldn't you know it, Sue managed to borrow an oven and delivered all her orders right on time. Now, I'm not saying positive thinking magically fixed her oven, but Sue's positive thoughts gave her the courage and resourcefulness to find a solution. So, what do these stories tell us? Bob had all the talent in the world, but his negative thoughts led him astray. Sue, on the other hand, faced real challenges, but her positive thoughts helped her overcome them. As you can see, the power of our thoughts can either lead us to a trophy or a tumble, depending on how we wield it. All right, let's pull this all together now, shall we? I hope you've been keeping up, because we've been talking about some pretty powerful stuff here. And if you've missed anything, well, I reckon you'll just have to go back and watch it all again, won't you? Now, if there's one thing I want you to take away from this, it's this. Thoughts are not just fleeting things that bounce around in our heads like a bunch of hyperactive squirrels on a sugar high. No, sir. Thoughts are things, real, tangible things. They're like the bricks and mortar of our lives. You can't build a house without bricks, and you can't build a life without thoughts. It's as simple as that. You see, every decision you make, every action you take, it all starts with a thought. It's like a seed that you plant in the soil of your mind. And just like a seed, it needs to be nurtured and cared for, or else it'll wither and die. But given the right conditions, that seed can grow into something truly magnificent. Now, I ain't saying that you can just sit on your couch, think about $1 million, and then find a suitcase full of cash on your doorstep the next day. If that were the case, I'd be sitting on a beach somewhere, sipping margaritas, instead of standing here talking to you. But what I'm saying is that your thoughts have power. They can influence your emotions, your actions, and ultimately, your life. So don't underestimate them. They're like a double-edged sword. They can either propel you towards success or lead you down the path of disappointment. So the next time you catch yourself thinking about pizza, remember, you have the power to shape your reality with your thoughts. Use it wisely, and you might just end up with a slice of success instead of a slice of pizza.